Hey, afternoon. I am Phys Ed,
And I'm Untitled Chapter.
and we are the Urban Hedgers. Once again, some regular guys teaching regular people how to hedge against inflation or how to just, save for their own futures or whatever. No financial experts here. We're just a couple of regular guys who get into saving money, want to impart some of our knowledge to you. What are we talking about today?
Oh, well, this one may be a little challenging for some. I don't think it'd be too challenging.
Yeah.
We're going to kind of touch on actual silver weight, actual gold weight, better known as, of course, ASW, and AGW, actual gold weight. So we're going to touch on that, and we're going to touch on a few things here that I have, like this beautiful scale.
Yeah.
Brought the weight to calibrate.
Okay.
And we're just going to touch on some things about how to calculate your finance to know exactly how much gold or silver that you have within a coin.
Okay, so it's
Or a
gold,
bar.
gold and silver, is it always mixed with something else? You'll never get anything that's...
Well, silver could be mixed with copper. That's when you have what is known as sterling silver is mixed with copper.
Okay.
When you have 99 fine, that is pure silver.
Okay.
Gold is normally mixed.
Yeah.
From my experience, it's normally mixed with silver.
Yeah.
When it's, let's say you have like a 0.9999 gold coin.
Yeah.
Because gold is so malleable, it's very soft.
That's why it's very soft. It has to be mixed with something.
Yeah, so they'll
to hold the
normally
shape.
mix it with like silver
Okay.
to give it that
Firmness.
stop it from being so malleable.
Okay. That's it. Okay.
But they can also mix it with nickel,
Yeah.
copper, and zinc as well
Okay.
to form different colors of gold, white gold, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
probably like your rose gold and all that other stuff is
yeah.
mixed with. Okay. All right. Well, how do we figure out how much gold or silver we have in something?
Well, first and foremost, you need to know how they calculate gold and silver. When you think of a pound, you think of how many ounces do you normally think of when you think of a pound?
Yeah.
It's normally 16 ounces. But with gold and precious metals is different. They're not measured in that method. They're actually measured in what is known as troy ounces. When you weigh yourself on a scale, or when you go to the store and you weigh the vegetables or fruits that you're buying per pound, all of that is a measurement called avoirdupois. That is not actually troy ounces. It takes 16 avoirdupois ounces to make a pound.
Oh, okay.
As where in the world of the troy ounce, it takes 12 ounces to make a pound.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, and plus with the avoirdupois, the grams, it takes 31.1 grams to actually make an ounce. So that's what an ounce, as far as precious metals. But with food or whatever else that you have, a pound, well, to get to an ounce is actually 28.35 grams.
Yeah. Well,
So-
man, you getting into a whole lot of math, and if a lot of y'all are like me, I hated math. Did not do good in it at all.
We'll make it painless as possible. It's pretty simple calculations, and once you understand how to calculate your actual silver weight, actual gold weight, it just makes it a lot easier for you to know what you're paying per gram or per ounce for a coin.
Okay. Yeah, that does make sense. You want to make sure that you're not getting ripped off, huh?
Yeah, that's very important. Also, weighing a coin also helps determine if it's an ounce, it should have a certain weight to it on your scale. Most scales will give you a plus or minus. It may say plus or minus, 0.3. So there may be a plus or minus factor, but it shouldn't stray from it very much.
Okay. Yeah.
So definitely by weighing an ounce, let's say if you have an ounce of silver, it should have a 31.1 grams. That's what it should weigh, which would be 1 ounce. So if you get a coin, let's say it's supposed to be an ounce, and you put that on the scale and it's saying it's 27 grams, something's wrong.
Yeah, that ain't
Something's
right.
definitely
Yeah, that
wrong,
ain't
especially
right.
if it's supposed to be pure silver or pure gold. So it's definitely something wrong. So
Wow. Okay. Well, dang. I mean, what about? Tell us more about this scale here, because I know a lot of people see that scale, and I'm sure they had no idea the scales had legal uses. So
Well, these scales have many uses that are legit and honest.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you have seen that, but you never seen it in relation to coins and something that you can talk to the cops about. So
This is AW, the company AWS. I bought this probably about 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I probably paid about, this is the AWS 600. I probably paid about 10 to 12, between 10 and 12 bucks. For
Okay,
this.
so very affordable.
Very affordable, very
Yeah,
inexpensive.
Okay.
The capacity on here is, I don't know if you can see that, the capacity is 600 grams right down there at the bottom. And basically you have your different modes for the different type of calculations you want to do. So we'll get into this here shortly, and I'll also show how to calibrate this scale before you basically weigh your precious metals.
Yeah.
To make sure it's on point.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. What are the calculations? What do they look like?
Well, first and foremost, most precious metals are measured in what you call, for as far as like silver, it'll be ASW, or actual silver weight, and gold will be AGW, actual gold weight. So that's normally what you'll look for. Like a lot of the coin books will have that in there. It may say ASW. It may give you the grams, but the grams actually be the overall weight of the coin. Let's say the coin is made out of copper and silver. They may actually give you the grams. The grams will be the total weight of the coin when you put it on the scale in grams. But then it'll go to next to it, and you may see ASW, actual silver weight, and it may say 0.88.
Okay.
6, 7, maybe like that. So that's basically letting you know how much the coin weighs, but it's also telling you the actual
Exactly
amount
how much silver is in.
is or gold or
gold.
platinum.
Okay.
But normally you'll see it with gold and silver.
Now, hold on. Are those other precious metals? Do they also get mixed with other things? Platinum and palladium? Are they hard? Are they soft? Are they, are they pliable like gold?
I believe you can mix them with other things, but I don't think they have to mix anything else with those metals.
Okay.
But gold is just extremely malleable, so they have to make something else in there to kind of give it that, like you said, firm, feel to make the hardness.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right.
So with that being said, I think we're going to have to get into some of the calculations, and it'll be painless as possible, everyone. We're not going to make this complicated for you, but these are things that you need to know in order to be able to understand what you're dealing with and to be able to calculate your gold, your silver, your platinum, palladium, the gold or silver content or any precious metal content that's within, if it's mixed with something else. Not only that, you need to also know how much the coin weighs. If it's pure gold, pure silver, whatever it may be, it will tell you how many grams it is, or it may tell you, if it tells you an ounce, you need to verify and make sure it's actually an ounce.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that you're actually getting what you paid for.
Yeah.
And that, because I've seen some videos where they show some guys and they bought something, they put it on the scale, and they say, wait a minute, that's not right. And I've seen certain videos where they'll cut into it, get curious, and find out the inner cores.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of counterfeiting. Like I said, when I watch Pawn Stars, that's something they're very weary of. Whenever they get precious metals in or anything, they'll do that. They'll put it on a thing and they'll drill into the middle of it to make sure that it's solid silver or gold or whatever all the way through, because there's a lot of that going on. So, like I said, this stuff is it's invaluable if you call yourself collecting silver and gold.
Yeah, it
precious
is.
metals.
Yeah, and I agree. So you definitely want to make sure that you are not getting ripped off on one, and you also want to make sure that you're getting the amount of precious metal that you're supposed to get within that. So we're going to do some calculations here real fast. So let's get into it. As you can see, this is the screen here. Let me bring this closer. Get rid of the glare so you can see that. You see the G right there in the corner, the top right corner. That's actually your grams. And when you push mode, it'll go through the different selections. So let me push mode here in the center. Now that's showing you ounces, but pay attention. That's troy ounces, OZT.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we will measure precious metals in. The other one is average depois, as I said.
Okay.
And last but not least, you have this. This is basically dealing with diamond weight.
Oh, okay.
So we won't be dealing with that. We're going to be dealing with diamonds. But like I said, grams, ounces in avoirdupois and troy ounces.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to deal with here on this scale. But first and foremost, before you get started, as you can see, I'm holding the scale in my hand and see it's reading like a negative 0.04 troy ounces. Let's go back to grams. Okay, we're back on grams. So first things first, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to calibrate this actually.
Mm-hmm. When you calibrate it, what is that doing?
Basically, you're making sure that you're getting the exact measurements. You have basically a weight here.
Mm-hmm.
This weight is what you use to actually calibrate it. They have weights of different size, so I normally use this one, 500 grams.
Mm-hmm.
And never put anything on your scale that goes over the capacity. 600 grams, you never want to put anything over that amount on it because you can actually damage your scale.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know.
So, as you can see, I have this here. That says 500 G, 500 grams. So I'm about to calibrate this. So what we do, let me turn this off. Turn it on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just let it come on first. And now we're going to actually calibrate it. So let's hold this down for a minute. Now, as you can see, it says CAL for calibrate. So push the mode again, and it should start flashing. Now it's flashing. Now we're going to put the actual weight on here.
Mm-hmm.
We may have to do it back over because I may have put my weight on it. Okay, there we go. See, it just said pass.
Yeah.
So now we're fine. So let's take this off of there, and it should go back to 0. Now we're ready.
Okay.
Now what I have here, I have a 1 ounce Canadian Superman bullion coin. As you can see, yes, I'm touching it with my hands. As you can see, it has melt spots on it. So with this one, I'm just going for silver value. So
Yeah. Now, how does a milk spot happen?
that's just something that happens at.
Is that like oxidation or something, or what?
I heard this has to do with certain chemicals they use. I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. I can't really get too deep into it because I really don't know. But some coins develop these problems. And these we call them milk spots. I don't know if there's another technical term for it, but the silver stacker community always refer to them as milk spot.
You said that lowers the value of a coin.
Oh, definitely.
Coin still looks beautiful to me.
Yes, it does, but this is not good. So this is only have a bullion value at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Some may differ, but I beg to differ, but I think it only has precious metal content value at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a good price for it, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's put this on the scale. Let's set our scale. Turn it on.
Okay, there you go. So,
Okay. Now it's already set for grams, so let's put this on there. Like I said, we should get between 31.1 or something close to that. Not far off. So let's put this on the scale. 31.2.
okay, yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
So we know that this is actually at the weight it's supposed to be at.
Mm-hmm.
So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it off and I'm going to put it back on just to show people.
Mm-hmm.
So
31.2.
yeah, so we're in the ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes that I've seen where it has went to like 31 or something like that, but that should be fine as well.
Okay.
But, you know, if we put this on there and let's say it was 27, something's wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and I hold these mints to a high standard, so I normally shoot that something's wrong, maybe a counterfeit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just measured this in grams, and what we're going to do now, we're going to go to push our mode button, go to troy ounces. Let's put this on here. 1 troy ounce.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it's 1 troy ounce of silver.
Yes.
Okay.
So let me see if I can show them the other mode. Now that's avoirdupois.
Okay.
Just want to show the difference.
Yeah.
See, that says see the amount it says?
Yeah.
1.10 troy ounces. Well, ounces, not troy ounces.
Mm-hmm.
Go to troy ounces now. 1 troy ounce.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I have a proof quarter here from a proof silver coin set. Strictly bullion value. Yes, I'm touching it with my hands. So this is going to lead into us doing the calculations here. So I want to get a weight on this so I can actually see how much silver is actually within this.
In this quarter.
This quarter is 90% silver.
Okay.
So that means that is 90% silver and 10% copper.
Okay.
So we're going to calculate the actual value of this manually, not using Coinflation. We can go to Coinflation at our Coinflation app that we talked about the last episode, and we can get the weight. But we're going to show
That's
you
the
how.
lazy way.
Yes, so we're going to show you easy way, fast way, but we're going to show you how to calculate this if you don't have the app and you're just out and about and you want to calculate how much the value of the silver is or melt value of the silver. So let's put this on the scale. Let's go back to grams. Okay, let's put this on the scale. 6.4 grams. So what we're going to do real fast, we're going to take a quick pause and then we're going to write this down and calculate it, and we're going to show them actually how it's done.
Cool.
All right. Okay, now what we have right here, this is just a simple calculation to calculate your actual silver weight and also to get the value of that amount of silver that's in the coin at the same time. So the top part here, this is your ASW or actual silver weight. And how you come up with this calculation is, remember I told you the quarter was 90% silver and that it was also 6.4 grams. So what you want to have here, you will have 6.4 grams here. That would go here. I'll physically show the calculation too on my calculator too. So this would be 6.4 grams. So you put 6.4 and you will multiply that by 90%, but you would turn this into a decimal. So it'd be 0.90 for the percent. And then after you get this part calculated, and you will divide it by troy ounces, which is 31.1 grams, which makes a troy ounce. So that's what we're going to do. And then after we do that, we will have our actual silver weight, the amount of silver that's actually in the coin. And then we'll take that ASW and multiply it by the spot price, and that'll let you know how much silver you actually or gold you actually have within that coin or bar, whatever you may have.
So it's two simple equations, basically.
Very simple, very simple. Like
it's
I
not that
said,
bad.
there's a little math, nothing too hard. So let's do the calculation on the calculator. Okay. Now work with me here, Fizz. Make sure I do this right. So how many grams was that? We said 6.4 for the quarter. So, and we said it was how many, what was the actual amount? 90% silver, so we do 0.90. Okay, and then we will divide that by troy ounces, which is 31.1 ounces. Now let's calculate that, hit enter. Okay, that says we got 0.1852, so that's what we'll say, 0.1852. That's that. What we're looking at right now, this is the weight of the actual silver that's within that quarter.
We just round it down and round it up, so that'd be like 0.185.
Yeah, sometimes most of the time they normally go for space, so we'll just say, since that's a zero, we'll say 0.1852. Okay, we'll start there. So now let's calculate our actual. So we'll leave that up there. So what we're gonna do, we'll do 1.8. Let me make sure I keep track of this. 0.1852. Okay, so let's clear this out. And let's do 0.185. I'm sorry, 0.1852. Okay, and what we're going to do now, we're going to multiply. Do you know what the value of spot price of silver is right now per ounce?
No, I remember the last time we checked it was 17 something, but has it went up or down?
It's
You
went
would know
up.
better than me. I know
It
you
went
checked
up.
since I checked.
I just checked, and it was, I believe it was like 17. I'll just go with what I saw earlier today. It was $17.67.
Okay,
So we'll do 17.67. Hit enter. So that lets you know you have $3.27 worth of precious
Silver.
metals in that quarter.
Yeah.
So there we have it. Now you know how to calculate your silver value, your actual silver that's within your coin if it's not pure. You would use this for anything. Sterling silver would be the same thing, 0.925.
So does that mean though that most places would at least give me $3.27 for that quarter?
Probably not.
Yeah.
They're never going to give you exact spot price for it. So they will, normally they'll give you a little below, but you're in that ballpark. It wouldn't be much more, it wouldn't be much less that they would give you, but now we're in that ballpark. So there we have that. So now you know how to calculate your coins.
Yeah. Make sure you remember those.
Okay, now we're going to show you. I don't know if you ever knew this, but what you see right here is showing you the gold content. You always hear 24 karat, 10 karat, 14 karat, 18 karat, some of the more popular carats. But basically what that tells you is the fineness of the precious metal that's within that necklace or that coin. So 24 karat gold, as you can see, it says it's 99%, but most of the time people just say it's what you would say a fineness of 1,000, so to speak, because it says 990 over there. So you may have that, and then you look at the next one, 22, that's letting you know that it's 91.67. That's the amount of gold that's within that coin or necklace or whatever. And then the fineness of that is, you can see, it's basically just moving your decimal back to turn it to a percentage. It's 916. So basically, it's an easy calculation to do. It's not hard to do at all. And I'm going to show you how to know exactly what you're dealing with. I'm going to show you how to calculate your fineness for this. Very simple, very easy thing to do. Not hard at all. And it's all based upon this 24 karat here, too, basically. So pick one off the list. Some of these are slightly off, but it'll serve for the purpose, I think, as far as the fineness.
Yeah, how about that, the 18 karat gold?
Okay, we'll do 18. So let's calculate that. Bring the calculator back on the screen once more. So let's go ahead and find the fineness of this. This is all you would do. If you know what the carat is, you can always find the fineness of it. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to take the 18. You said 18, correct?
Yeah.
So we're going to take the 18, and then we're going to divide it by 24. Every carat would divide by 24.
Okay.
So we divide that by 24, and there we have it. As you can see, 18 on there. And how you actually get it to the 750 is just basically just taking it and times it by 100. So there you go.
Yeah, okay.
So I mean, I'm sorry, 1,000. So basically the same thing. So pretty neat way to calculate your actual carat within your silver. I mean your gold.
Yeah.
But it's just a nice way to calculate things.
Okay.
So yeah, that basically conclude us actually showing you how to do some of the calculations. You don't have to go too deep with it. Basically, it's the same method. Just like I show you, finding out how much actual silver or gold that you have within something, and then breaking it down and calculating it per gram to see. Same thing would apply, just like I did with the silver. The same method would apply to the gold as well.
Okay.
Knowing your fineness, basically going through your grams, just looking at what your grams are, and then putting the fineness on there. Turn it to a decimal, of course. Like for example, on here, it's just knowing your carat. It said it was 916, so you turn that to a decimal, and you basically just calculate it from there. So you'll do like your grams, like the quarter. Let's say the quarter, you have your grams. You calculate, you do your grams, and you multiply it by your fineness, or the amount of gold or silver that you have within there, divided by your troy ounces. And then you'll just do the same thing. Instead of going to your silver, you'll do the same thing with gold. You'll just calculate, take that as AGW you get calculated by the price of gold, the spot price of gold, and there you have it.
Okay.
So same method, no different.
Yeah.
But I just thought this was something we should just touch on briefly to show our viewers exactly how to understand what you're dealing with and get the better bang for your buck. If you're looking at grams, because you may buy gold in grams, you need to know how much you're paying over spot for that.
Yeah.
So
Well, those were two simple equations I think anybody could use to, like you said, find out the amount of precious metal in whatever you're buying, whether it was a coin or a shirt.
Yeah.
It'll work. Math is the universal language. Is it not?
absolutely,
So, yeah.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So it's definitely a way for you to find out what you have as far as your gold, silver, or any other precious metal. And just make sure that you understand that it's okay to look these things up. If you forget the calculations, you don't use math a lot, you may forget certain calculations. Write them down.
Yeah.
Put them on a sheet where you always have it with you if you're going out to buy. Just make you a little card or something.
A little cheat sheet.
That you have, and take a little calculator. Your cell phone can work just as fine too.
Oh,
So that way you actually know how to calculate your precious metal content within your coins, bars, or jewelry, whatever you may have.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Another rousing episode of Urban Hedgers. Once again, I'm Fizz Ed.
And I'm IntelliCrick.
We're the Urban Hedgers. We'll see you next time.
See you.